All right, so a slightly simpler version is this L shape that we've been drawing for perspective and everything like that. I'm going to use 3 grids for every one block here. And the first thing that we need to consider is the front view. So if this is 3 for each, so 3 times 3 would give me 9. I'm going to come down here to the very bottom, and I'm going to count out 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Double check that. Did I get it? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Yep, all right. So blank equals 9. And my height is going to be 2 times 3 is going to give me 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Height equals 6. So I'm also writing some notes on here. So I'm going to extend these basically the entire way across my page, both horizontally and vertically. So you guys can see this. Better? Okay, now when I flip this up and I look at the top of this guy, I see that it has a depth of 1, but if I'm using 3 grids for every block, I'm going to come up here, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, so the depth equals 3. I'm going to take that and put that across. And then the same thing over here, my depth over here is going to be, well, let's just pretend that my paper ends over here a little bit so we can see this a little bit. Just pretend the paper ends there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, so now we have a front view. We have a right view. We have a top view. So right now, I have the very top of the object lined up for the front view and the right view, and the same thing with the bottom. And I also have the very right on the front view lined up with the very right on the top view, and the very left with the front view lined up with the top view. So now I'm going to use my construction lines to sketch this guy in here, just construction lines. Dark enough for you guys to see. So I now have every detail of the front view in here. And by detail, I mean the edges and corners. So this edge is here, this corner is here, this edge here, corner, corner, edge, edge, corner, corner, edge, edge, corner, corner, and so on. You just want to double check that you haven't missed any of the details. Now I need to line that up with the top. So now they line up, and I need to line this up with the right. So now that these are all lined up, I'm going to go through and put in my construction, or sorry, we have all our construction lines. They use us to line everything up, if you notice. And I'm going to quickly go through, and I would be using a ruler if I wasn't worried about running out of time on my video. So what I want you to check now is, does this corner line up with a detail up here? Yes, it does. Does this corner up there? Yep. So as I go through my front view, every time I see a detail like a corner, I want to check and see it lines up here. Yeah, and you should have construction lines lining up. And then once you're done with the front view, I'm going to go top to bottom. These line up, these line up, these line up, these line up. All right, great. So I have everything. You do not shade in orthogonal views. Remember, these are all orthogonal views. Let's put that in a little note. Do not shade orthogonal. What's up? Orthogonal views. All right. So now we can check. I have my front view, I have my top view, top view again, and my right view. Looks like everything is lining up just great. Picture with keep up. And probably the most challenging piece now is trying to do an isometric up here without isometric paper. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, drawing orthogonals, or sorry, drawing isometric without isometric paper is challenging. A lot of times what we'll do is we'll cut isometric paper out after drawing it on isometric paper and then tape it into our engineering notebooks. Yes, if used a ruler, this would look nicer than I would, but trying to get the video to end at some point. And front, the isometric does give shape. If you